and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Second down now after the incompletion. The play clock's running down. Second and 10, it's Taylor again. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On first down, it's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Winston now after the fumble recovery. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 20. Yard line. On first and 10, it's Taylor. Caught left side by Cobb. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Second and very short here, less than a yard. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, Taylor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And some room to roam now. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. of the gun, it's Taylor. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Fresh set of downs here. Taylor will throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. In the red zone this time. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Taylor will throw, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a second down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. 23 yards on the play.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
They go play action. Winston. And that'll be incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
And this is caught by Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Second down, Winston. Evans has it left side. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Halfback sent in motion. Now Jameis on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. On third down, Winston. Right back for Marshall. This time it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
They'll run. It's the fullback, DeMarco. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. So they're on the 5-yard line here, second down and goal. And the hole closes. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Taylor will throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Jameis to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Off the play fake, Winston finding time, going up top. He's got a man, complete. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. It's a pickup of 21. And that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down. And now a first down following that long gain. From the red zone now, Winston. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll throw again. Winston. Flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. They come out here in the I. Now they'll run it on the toss. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. And the ref goes under the hood, puts the headset on for the often dreaded did the ball cross the plane review.
So difficult because all it takes is a portion of the ball crossing the plane for it to count, but you've got to get the right angle, and right now the official is hoping to get a lot of help from the guys in New York.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy. That's
fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They've got his man complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Taylor. Deep drop. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And they'll run it here. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss. Winston firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. So still in search of the 1st down after that last completion.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
shotgun. It's Winston. That's complete right around the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And the back goes into motion. Now Jameis on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
On second down, Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it?
Taylor hit. He lost the football. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. So how about that play? We had a tie ball game. Defense comes up huge. That's the definition of a big play for this defensive unit.
Not something that you see that happens often to a guy like, let's say, Jamal Charles. Remember 2015? Fumbled it in a key situation.
Roby, right?
Yes, exactly right. Bradley Roby picked it up and altered the ball game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. After the interception, here's Taylor. He'll rifle this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Time for a break. Give him 30 yards there. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They send Green to the left on his own. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Left side caught by Diggs. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll try to sneak with Taylor. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They'll look to throw, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
And he's got it up and through. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Halfback sent in motion. Winston. And that's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. In motion, Seferian-Jenkins. Here's Winston. Caught. Seferian-Jenkins, right side. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Winston to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
How will they handle it? Let's find out. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. They send Green to the left on his own. On 2nd down, Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Penalty. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Taylor going to give now to Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do?
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game. as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Surveying the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the... diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
So the ref makes a call, no touchdown there, wipe it off the board. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A second down throw for Winston. And his throw is incomplete. Deepsley, 3rd and 10 now. On 3rd down, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they? No,
the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. First down, Winston. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end.